Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Once again, it's Bose 831 Gaming live on Saturday night. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Welcome one, welcome all. Once again, it's Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. We're in Farming Simulator 22, and we're on Elm Creek Farm, and we're continuing our Elm Creek live series. And just jumping in, if you're just picking up, we're picking up from where we left off on the last stream. We had finally got around to the time in the season when we have a multitude of activities going on. As you can see from the calendar, we're now in the month of March, and being that we're in the month of March, we have a lot of activities that we have in place because we are now in planting season as far as our crop calendar is concerned, and the default calendar for the Elm Creek map. So when we left off, we're in the process of on field, and I lose my location here as I hop around. On field 53, we're planting sunflowers. So we want to get that back going and hire our worker and get him back lined up. And so we're planting sunflower on field 53. We're doing stone picking on field 41. And this is our sugarcane field, and once we get the stones picked, we're going to go ahead and start planting our sugarcane. Also on field 53, we're simultaneously rolling, because I finally somewhat believe I figured out how rolling works in conjunction with the Precision Farming DLC. And basically, as I understand it, the way that it works right now is you have to roll your field immediately after planting. If you don't do it immediately after you plant, it looks like the state of the field will not be reset. So if you wait, at least as it has been my experience so far, if you wait until another day after you plant, or you don't do it immediately right after you plant, running the roller over the field does not seem to reset the state of the field, and this field will still indicate when you look at the field info that it still needs rolling. And if that is not the case, then it hasn't been my experience as of yet. Okay, and while we have those activities going, let's hop out and make sure that, okay, the animals should be still taken care of because we're still in the same day. Pigs are close to being full as far as slurry is concerned, so I may need to go ahead and use my tanker trailer and go grab some of that slurry and take it over to my production facility so that it can be turned into fertilizer. And I have my TLX truck on site on field. And sorry, I'm hopping around in these fields, so I can't keep the field number straight in my head. In field 41, ready to pick up any stone once the stone picker gets full again. But I'm not going to dump until it's reached its capacity, but the TLX has a large capacity, so I think we'll finish this field before I really need to dump any stone as it stands right at the moment. And since we have this planter lease, let's go, because I don't even know what the brand of the planter is right off the top of my head. The Lemken Azurit 9 planter. We can use the same planter to plant a few different crops. So we don't need to turn this in after we finish our job on this particular field 53. We're going to use this for a multitude of functions tonight. And again, just wanted to welcome everyone to the stream. It's going to be a very exciting week this week as we're getting ready for Giants to release another game update and another DLC. In fact, this will be the third DLC release for Farming Simulator 22. And I'm very, very much looking forward to this DLC that will be released this Tuesday. The Kubota DLC pack. There's some pieces of equipment, including some tractors, and once we get in and I come back in on Wednesday, I maybe consider doing a small reset of my farm, or at least some of the equipment that I use on the farm, and start using some of the Kubota equipment. But we'll see how that goes on Wednesday, when we come back in on Wednesday. But definitely looking forward to that, because adding a new brand to the game, adding some new equipment to the game is always cool. Technically we already have Kubota equipment in the game. It's just that it's not branded as such, but Kubota owns a few different brands, including Vicon, and I think it's Cumberland as well. And those are still all brands under the Kubota umbrella. Okay, so we're finished planting on 53. We want to take a look at it to make sure we didn't miss any spots. But looks good, at least from looking at the PDA, or at the field map filters. Okay, so let's see, soybean, sugar beet, and I think we're gonna do sugar beet on field 55. Just want to make sure I check. Did we do? Yeah, we've already limed these fields, so the pH value is good. So we can really just go right into lining this one up and planting the sugar beet. And make sure it's set to sugar beet. And we go ahead and hire the worker. And let the worker kind of knock that out as well. And we'll set the roller onto this field as well once the worker has finished rolling on field 53. We'll let him do the same activity on field 54. On field 55. Okay, so those workers are good to go. So right now we just want to keep an eye on the worker with the stone picker, because he's just about done. He's making what appears to be his last pass right now. And let's go look at the filters. Just make sure that's the case. And yes, you can see the yellow on the filter is all stones. So the worker should indicate that he's complete or finished his task. But since there's an issue with the AI workers and them being able to sometimes sense what's going on in the field, he's still going to continue to run the stone picker even though there's no stones to pick anymore. So we're going to have to hop in and intervene here, because he's still going even though there's no stone left on the field. and don't want to have a repeat case of what happened at one of my other nights I was playing through, and I left the worker to his own devices, and he plowed over one field and then plowed over a field that I already had planted on, and kind of messed up my whole part of my gameplay that night. So I had to go replant a field that I already had planted, and it was already growing. So you still have to keep your eye on your workers, because the AI in this game still is a little. It's improved over FS19, but it still has a long way to go. Okay. So before I do anything else, just want to make sure. I don't think I'll need the stone picker anymore, because the stone picker only comes into play after you plow. I'm not going to be plowing any more fields right now, so we can go ahead and turn the stone picker in. And this field is already limed, so the next thing we want to do here is go ahead and start our sugarcane planting operation. So let's go back to our garage, or our storage sheds. And I already own a sugarcane planter, and that's here. And we just need to go ahead and open up our garage. Then we're going to grab our sugarcane planter, and this is the Gesner Industries 2-row planter. And we're going to take that out to the field, and we're going to get started planting our sugar cane. Well, first we have to fill it with seed. And you're going to use, in order to fill it with seed, you can actually use actual seed from the big bags, and you can also use the actual sugar cane crop to plant as well. And this planter also requires fertilizer, because it seeds and fertilizes at the same time. Okay, so we have our seed, we have our fertilizer, so now we're good to go, and we can head out to the field and start planting our sugar cane. And our next stop is field 41, so that we can plant our sugar cane. Alright, we're at the field, and this is another task that I'm going to set the worker on. So we're just going to get him lined up and hit the hire AI worker, and then let him do his thing. And just want to make sure we keep an eye on him from time to time, just to make sure he doesn't do anything insane. But otherwise, we're going to leave him to his own devices and catch up with some of our other workers to make sure that they've completed all the tasks that we had assigned to them. And the worker that we had running the roller on field 53 looks like he's done, and we're going to check the filters just to make sure that is the case. Yep, 53 is now no longer showing that it needs rolling, so we're done with the rolling for 53. But now we got to go check on the worker that's planting our sugar beet. And I can see already in the distance, it looks like he's already lost his mind and decided he was done for the day, and so he decided to take off early. before it barely even got started. So let's hop over to that tractor and the worker that decided that he was done for the day. So we just go ahead and fire that guy, I guess. But let's go ahead and manually kind of edge this field. Okay, let me see. Okay, what am I missing? Because it doesn't appear to be. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Now we're gonna manually do it. Okay, we're gonna manually put down some sugar beet. And let me just paint the edges of the field with some sugar beet. And that is a word that I guess I'm now having trouble saying these days. Sugar, because apparently I can't spit that one out the same way I used to. And that's totally weird. But we have one field where we're planting the sugar cane and one field where we're planting sugar beet. And again, I'm on this field right here, right now. I'm just going to go around the edges of the field with the sugar beet, and then I'm going to see if we can turn the AI worker back on, and if he can finish the job without losing his mind again and deciding he's done when he's really not done. Okay. Okay, and we're missing. All right. Why did the cedar... Wait a minute, have we not been... Turn on cedar. Lower. Alright, lower. I was trying to figure out why the cedar just magically turned off by itself there. Alright, we're back in progress. I'm not sure why the cedar turned off, because I didn't press the button for it to be turned off. That was just totally weird. But we're gonna leave that one alone. Okay, so now we're gonna try it again and see if we can set the AI worker loose and see how he performs this time. Okay, and I'm gonna watch him just to see what he does. Because this is an irregular shaped field, and fields that are irregular shapes drive the AI workers crazy, even though oftentimes they have issues even sometimes trying to navigate perfectly square fields or perfectly rectangular fields. But as I've said earlier, the AI in this game, while improved, still has a lot to be desired. And while that worker is plugging away, we want to go check on our sugar cane planting worker, and he too is having an out of brain experience. He left a whole gap here that he did not plan on for some unknown, ungodly reason. So I'm about to dump him for a second, and I gotta go fill in the gap with him and his madness over here. Don't know what's going on with this guy or the other guy. Welcome to the world of farming simulators, AI workers. Alright. So, and since I struggle going in a straight line, that's why I like to turn on the AI workers to at least move in a straight line, because it's okay, but for some reason he decided to quit. I don't know what the problem is with this field and the AI worker. Alright, I'm going to turn him on again and let's see if he's... Nope, he's stopping and quitting again. Alright, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know what the problem is. I don't. This is a flat field. There's no weird uh, mutilations of the field. It's a level surface. This is definitely not the shape of the field, but for some reason, the worker is getting confused. I don't know why. Alright, so I guess I have to do this one manually. Alright, because they're just being stupid. Yeah, there he goes. He's skipping spots for whatever reason. It makes entirely no sense. It's just stupid. Alright, so I'm doing this manually, much to my displeasure and my chagrin, because it's at 2 meters a pop. This is not a fast process. I would much rather just turn it loose and let the AI worker do it, but for whatever reason, he doesn't seem to want to cooperate tonight. So here we go. The excitement of 2 meters at a time. Alright, well, see if I turn him down here on the bottom half of the field, does he still not get it? Yep, he still doesn't get it. Not only that, he's deciding to turn around and do what? What are you doing, bud? Alright, bye. Alright. If you make him go this way, what does he do? Let's see how far he gets before he loses his mind going this direction. Because you literally got to sit here and micromanage these. Okay, there he goes. Okay. Just stupid, just stupid. Stupid with no explanation as to why they're being so stupid. Alright. So we're gonna have to do this one with a combination of manual and artificial. I'm not gonna put intelligence on the end of the word because there's no intelligence involved in what the computer worker is doing in this situation. Makes no logical sense why he's stopping and going and quitting and turning around at certain points in the field. But I'm trying to work around whatever his little details issues are. Lower cedar, turn on cedar. Alright, now I can't find the damn field. Challenges abound. Alright, doing this manually. I'm at a loss for words as to what's affecting the AI on this field, but I also just need to go leave him alone at some point and go follow up with my sugar beet planter as well, because I'm sure he's having similar issues. Just the worker intelligence in this game is horrible. Even though it's a little bit improved from FS19, it still has a seriously long way to go. Alright. But we're planting the sugar cane here. And again, we're doing it at the blazing speed of 2 meters at a time. That's what it is. And if I could, I would love to turn the worker loose and have the AI handle this task, but apparently that's too much for these guys to handle, at least as far as using this sugar cane planter is concerned. And I could see if it was because the device was imbalanced, because there's too much weight on the back end of the tractor or something, thus making the tractor hard to steer. But that's not even the situation here. So I don't know what is the thing that's causing the workers to bug out the way they're bugging out. Alright, and it's going to take us some time to get this field all planted. Especially at this rate of speed, 7 miles an hour, 2 meters at a time. And I don't have a mod for fast planting, at least on console, so I can't fast plant this field. Although I do need to look at if I have any other planters I can utilize for planting sugar cane, where I can kind of speed this process up. Because technically, if you're planting sugar cane, it's all direct drill. I just had a thought here. Let me go see planters. And let me, what am I looking at? We're looking at planters. Okay. Oh, yeah. That one doesn't do it. I was trying to check to see if I maybe had a modded planter that maybe it did every crop that's in the game. I don't have one that does. Let me see if under seeders we may have one that fits that category. Nope. So I'm stuck with what I have right now. And I'm gonna just have to be extra careful to make sure I go back and double check to make sure that we're not missing any spots on that field. Alright. And as anticipated, the sugar beet worker is also going through similar issues. So we're going to have to micromanage the processes on both fields, it seems. Okay, wait a minute. Looks like the sugar beet worker did actually get the job finished. Okay. Pleasantly surprised on that one. So we're going to go ahead and hop into the John Deere 6250. Unfold our roller and go ahead and roll this field. It should be showing the needs rolling state. nitrogen is bad, which basically means we're gonna have to come back and fertilize our field. But I'm gonna fertilize all of the fields in a separate process. Right now our primary operation at the moment though is just making sure we get all our planting done. Right now we will most definitely come back and do the fertilizing as well. Okay. I just want to kind of watch this roller guy just to make sure he gets started on his own. But we'll come back and check on him momentarily. We still gotta micromanage the sugarcane planter fella, because he just had some weird issues with his job and his task at hand. Let's go ahead and move the TLX out of the way, so I can go dump the stones at any time. But right now I just want to keep an eye on all of the planting operations to make sure everything is going as smooth as possible. Okay. And can this planter be used for corn? It can. So next stop for our planter is over on field 50. And we're going to go over to field 50 and go ahead and put our corn down on field 50. So let's unfold. And get the planter lined up properly. And make sure we have the correct crop type selected, and we have it on corn, so we can go ahead and lower and hire AI worker. Wrong season. Corn won't be available until April. Phooey. Alright, so I can't do corn until April. So I've exhausted all of the planting that I could do. Wait a minute. Have I? Yeah. Oh no, I can do oat over on field 40, right? That's, yeah. I can do oat over on field 40 with the same planter. Just want to make sure I get all the maximum use out of my planter while I still have it under lease. And make sure field 40 is ready to go. We're going to make sure we have our lime down before we plant. And I think we can see the lime on 40. pH value is good to go. So let's set this one to sunflower, soybean, sugar beet, cotton. Well, this one doesn't do oat. Corn, sunflower, soybean, sugar beet, cotton. So we can't use this planter for oat. Alright. Lots of fun here. Okay, I thought. Alright, let me take a look. Nope, that's only certain crops. And oat is not one of them, so we're done with this planter for right now. Alright, can we unload? Why won't it let me unload here? Okay, not understanding that. issue. Alright, there we go. Okay. So we've able to unload the cedars. And we can go ahead and return that equipment. Okay, where is the lease status? Did we buy the additional tank? I thought we leased it. I guess we accidentally did buy it. Sell. Whoops. Oops, on my part. Alright, so we need to lease a direct drill planter, a seeder in this instance, just so we can go ahead and get our oat down. And we don't need to spend a fortune in doing so. But I still want to get something that's wide enough where it doesn't take forever, like we're having to do with the sugar cane planter right now. So we probably want to grab something that's at least 6 meters. And we'll try this piece of equipment again. And unlike the issue I had on a previous stream where I did not understand the mission, and I leased this device without understanding what the proper configuration of it was. Alright. And did I just... Yeah, I just did. I bought... Again, I made the mistake of buying one piece instead of leasing one piece. And leasing one piece. So we'll figure get it all sorted out once I get it to the shop. But we're gonna use this setup to plant our oat and get to the shop first, and we'll get it figured out from there. And I'm just off to a rip-roaring, blazing great start tonight. And I mean that in the most sarcastic way possible. Alright, so first of all, let me go back, sell back to the shop the piece of equipment that I bought that I don't really need to buy right as of yet. I'm going to go back to own items, cedars, TF1512, sell that back, and we want to lease the TF1512. Here's what I was... Let me show you. TF1512. And want to lease it. Okay. And with this setup for this planter, both of these devices go together. This goes on the front end to hold the seeds, and the other portion goes on the back, and that's the actual planter configuration. So we want to fold it. Open cover and refill additional tank, and there we go. And we have 323 liters of seed in the tank, but we're going to drive to our field and go grab the additional seed that we had left at our right outside of our seed silo. And we're going to fill up the additional tank to its max capacity Then we'll roll on over to the oat field, and we can go ahead and set it to oat now before I forget. But we'll set and go ahead and plant the oat. And if you notice, as you're driving past these different signs in the field, on the map, the signs are now not dynamic, and what they say has changed from what you may have seen on previous streams. So definitely, as some folks had already surmised, like at least as far as like some of the Giants produced in-game maps, they do have the billboards set up to where they can have real life advertisement on the billboards. Okay, and we have the seed loaded into the additional tank. We have the seed type set to oat. Alright, the field has already been limed, so we can just drive right out to the field. Go ahead and unfold the planter, seeder, lower, and turn it on, and lower seeder, turn on seeder, and hopefully the AI worker won't get too confused over here. Sure, everything's doing what it's supposed to do. It's going to say needs rolling, which is fine. That's what we want. Meanwhile, a sugar cane planter worker is out of seed. So we're going to go grab some more seed from our main farm. It's still pretty solid on the fertilizer, so I'm not going to refill this fertilizer, but we definitely can refill this seed. Actually, let's start with the big bag that we already have out here. Alright, got me a whole 549 liters, and we can start filling from the silo from there. Alright, that gets us up to the 8,000. Could top off the fertilizer, but I don't think it's really going to matter that much. I think we'll run out of seed again before we even need to touch fertilizer, but we shall see. And for whatever odd reason, the worker decided he wanted to behave a little better once we got into other parts of the field. I don't know again what is the rhyme or reason for why he's behaving this way, but it is what it is. Alright. And our rolling of the sugar beet field seems to be progressing along quite nicely. Let's take a look at the filter to see how he's doing. He did miss a few spots that we will need to go touch up. And also can see he missed a few areas on 53 as well. So we'll just go touch all of those places up before we move him to another field once he finishes this job. And he's just about finished. So we'll let him go ahead and do that last strip, and I'm sure once he hits that, he's probably going to be like, okay, boss, I'm done. Let's see. Yep, there we go. AI worker has completed his task. And let's go just kind of follow along in the filter, and we can see according to the filter we miss a few spots here and there, so we just want to touch that up just to see if it's all clear, at least as far as what we see when we look at the filter. Because it's hard to see this stuff looking at the fields from the naked eye, because the textures in the game don't make that apparently clear and easily visible. Alright, looks like we hit all the spots there, and we just need to smooth out some other spots not on this edge of the field, right? Nope, nothing there. Put it over on this angled edge here. So let's kind of back up and get in position here and kind of roll along this whole angle here, and that should hit everything. Make sure we kind of lined up and just roll all the way through. And hopefully that should hit all of the areas that we missed earlier. Let's see, take a peek at the filter, looks good. And looks like there was another small spot on 53, a couple of small spots there on 53. We go touch those up and then move on to another field. Alright, and again it's along the angled section of the field. We're just going to go ahead and touch that up real quick. And hopefully that should make us good to go. Okay, and there it is. It's all clear. So we're going to fold our roller up and go over to another field. And we'll check on the progress of our AI workers and see where we can deploy the roller next. Okay, and both workers appear to be doing somewhat better, although my sugarcane guy is again just doing the most. And I'll just go touch that up after he finishes. I'm not even going to fight the battle right now. Let him run as much as he can run, and then what he misses, I'll just come back and fix it. I don't understand the logic or lack thereof to why he's missing all these areas, but hey, it is what it is. It defies logic at this point. And there he goes with the little spot stuff. And again, he's now doing what? Okay, he's now turning around and doing what? He's starting a pass in the middle of the field. Okay. This is perfect. This game AI is insane. You can't make this stuff up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching it along with me. And if somebody who's watching can make it make sense for me, please enlighten me, because I'm not understanding why our guy is doing what he's doing. It's beautiful. It's brilliant. It's awesome. But anyway, I'm still gonna let him go, and I'll just patch up when he misses. Well, at least he's consistently losing his mind at the same spot now. This is some amazing stuff. Alrighty. And now the obligatory pause for some screenshots. Now I don't think I'll take a screenshot just there. Let me make sure he gets to a good spot in the field. Alright, there we go. There we go. Zoom in there. And I kind of want to hide the UI for a second, so let's go hide the help window. And now we'll take a screenshot or two. Okay, this time he skipped a spot, and then he went back into... Okay. Easy. Alright, let's do a close-up. Okay, and you can see the worker there in the tractor. And he's confused this week. He's having some problems. Alright. And I'm going to turn the UI back on because what he's doing now is just starting to bug me a little bit too much, so I want to just go ahead and pick it up myself. Alright. I can't even, I like to say, you can't even make this stuff up. Okay, I still didn't get the spot I was trying to get. Just go down this line. Okay, what the hell? Okay, I can't even see what I'm doing. Alright, we'll come back. I don't know why it's not planting. No. Guess it helps if I have the weight of the planter selected and not the weight. My bad. But I guess the workers inspire me to be as confused as he is. Alright. Alright, so here we go. And again, I don't rightfully know what is the causation of the workers seemingly having so many problems just running this planter along the field. So I'm just going to take over manually, and we're going to go ahead and try to do our best to go ahead and finish this job out. And sorry about the language there earlier, but just this one's starting to vex me just a little bit. Can't make heads or tails of it. I can't make heads or tails of it. I will definitely get the job done, but not without a little fun from the game's intelligence, or I should just say the game's artificial, because there's not much intelligence going on at the moment. And again, guys, maybe if you see something that I might be doing wrong, I got the weight on the front end, the tractor's not swinging around like it's overweighted on one end and the other end, where where it would be hard to steer because you got too much weight, so it's not like counterbalanced or anything like that. So I don't know what is messing the worker up so much right now. Okay, but we're definitely going to get this field done, even if it is at the blazing speed of 7 miles an hour and at the spectacular width of a whole 2 meters. But we'll get there. I guess it could always be worse. I could be using the standard 1 meter planter. Okay. And I don't think it could be a tractor horsepower issue, could it? I'll take a peek at that in just a second as well. You would think the game would have done something else too. Alright, I'm in the mood for some torture tonight, so I'm going to turn the worker back on and just continue to see what he does. Alright, he did good on that piece. Seems to be getting turned around okay. Alright, and he's coming in, lowering the planter in the right spot and going along well. Now, let's see how far he gets. Because he seems to run into issues when he gets to about the middle of the field for whatever reason. see if he does this pass. No, this pass he's going all the way through. It's just really weird. Alright, let's check on the oat planting guy. How's he coming, progressing along? Okay, my oat planting worker is just about done. Yeah, okay, he's just got the far outer edge of the field. So I guess on that field we can get the roller going. Go ahead and lower that. And have the worker come along on this field with the roller, making sure that the state's getting updated. And okay, what AI worker is blocked by what object? Okay. All right. Good stuff. Okay, we have our oat down. And that's the only use we had for this planter, so we can go ahead and return it to the shop. But first we need to unload the seed that we have. In fact, what I'll do here is, I know we're gonna run out of seed with the sugar cane planter in just a bit, so I can just leave that seed right there, and we can go ahead and return this equipment back to the shop. But I still need to go back to the shop and pick up my weight. And I'm a glutton for punishment tonight. I'm going to see if we can turn the game AI on and have the tractor drive itself to the shop. So we're going to do, what we want to do here is we want to go to the active workers menu, select, we just added a set destination, and it tells you to pick an active target location. We're going to target the shop's parking lot. Pick a target rotation. Boom. And there he goes. And we'll come back and pick him up in just a second. I just wanted to take a peek at the sugarcane hunter guy, and he's out of seed, so he stopped again. So we're just gonna go over here to the side and load up with some seed. That only got me 10%, so we still need to go grab some more seed from our seed silo. And this time we will go ahead and refill our fertilizer as well. Alright, another 8,000 liter. And we're going to open this cover for the fertilizer and fill that up as well. And then we'll head back out to the field and continue our planting exercise. In fact, I'm curious now. Let me see if I line him up in the area where he was confused earlier. If I set him up over here, will he suddenly know where to go now? Nope. He doesn't even think there's a field there. So if I start him, he still doesn't think there's a field there. That is crazy. And no matter where you position him at, he still does not see a field. I don't know what is the causation of that issue. Because AI workers run over this field and don't have that same issue when I'm doing other activities on the field. So that makes entirely no sense to me. Why can't he see the field when he's running different pieces of equipment, but he can't see the field with this particular piece of equipment? And then only in certain spots on the same said field. That is this madness. And get down here and all of a sudden he can see the field again. Madness. Sheer madness. Alright, checking on the roller. He still seems to be doing okay. Yeah. I guess we can go ahead and take the TLX over to a stone crusher and just have that, dump that into the stone crusher so we can get some line production. We don't have to drive that far to go to the stone crusher. Or at least the one that I own and not the one that's part of the map. The base game one only crushes your stones for profit. However minimal that profit is, but I did purchase the stone to line production point. Actually, go ahead and drop a load of stone off. Then we'll just go and take a peek at our production chains and make sure we have that production turned on. So we want to go down to, let's see where it's at in the menu. Oh, right there, line production. Turn that on. And then we're turning stone into line. And I don't think we need the TLX for anything else right at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and park it at the main farm. Whoops. Didn't mean to fall in the hole. I'm going to go ahead and repair it at the shop while I'm here too. Probably could stand to repair. Fill up the gas as well. It's still got a ways to go before it gets too low, but sometimes when you're doing stuff in the game you forget to even pay attention to your fuel levels and you run out of gas, and I just want to make sure I don't do that. I'll go ahead and refill it now. And that's really fast. I wish some of the other liquid tanks refilled at that blazing speed, but not all of them refill at the same fuel rate. TLX for the moment. Okay, and the tractor did make its way to the shop without any major issues, so we can just go ahead and grab his weight, and then we'll send him back to the farm using that same process and see if he behaves as well going back. Alright. Again, we want to go to active workers, set destination, and this time we're looking at the main farm, and I'm just gonna have him pointing this way when he gets there. And he's off. Now, I guess this worker is just trying his best to make it really challenging for me to kind of figure out what areas he missed and what areas he's done, because he's leaving a little complete random spots as to where he's able to plant and where he wasn't able to plant. Alright. And I mean, he's really random when it comes to that. Alright. And since it's starting to get a little dark, as we get later in the evening, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights. Alright. And we're going to lower, turn the cedar back on, and kind of hit some of those areas right now. Well, I could still easily see them. Alright, looks like our worker running the roller on the oat field is done, and we'll go double check on that as soon as we finish here. And I have to do some more additional research into seeing if I can find a planter or a seeder, a modded one, that allows me to plant sugar cane at a faster rate and also at a wider dispersal, other than the standard in-game ones. Even though this is a modded one here, I think. I'm gonna go check it out in just a second. But it's one of the Giants mods, and all it is just the base game, one of the base game planters from FS19. Because one of the things that Giants does every time they release a farming simulator game is they also release some additional equipment that wasn't included in the base game as mods, and that they release versions of the equipment that may have been base game equipment or modded equipment from a previous version of the farming simulator game, and usually it's from the previous version of the main game. Like we're in 22 Farming Simulator 22 right now, but they have some equipment from Farming Simulator 19 that was released as mods that you can download in the in-game mod hub. And I don't know why they have to do it that way. I'm making the assumption that it's probably due to some type of weird contractual obligations. Although that still doesn't make complete sense to me, because if they, at least in my mind, if I'm just thinking of applying logic to it, if they still have the license for the brands to be in the game, then they should still be able to release the equipment in the game. But maybe there's more to it than that. Excuse me. almost got the sugar cane planting done. In spite of the issues we've been having tonight, we're still making fairly decent progress, although it clearly could have been much faster if we didn't have all these weird issues going on with the workers and whatnot. But at least this planter is not as slow as some, like the sugar beet planters or some of the potato planters. Alright. And let's go ahead and see if we can turn the worker loose. Nope. He doesn't want to cooperate, so we're still doing manual. Okay, and I just hit him again. And it's just only in certain spots in the field where there he goes, he lost it again. Had him go a few feet and then bam, he's right back to being stupid. And like I said, I don't get it, I don't understand it, but it is what it is. At least we're getting close to getting this field done. And like I said at the start of this stream, tonight was all going to be mostly field work operations, planting, rolling, and all of that good stuff. And basically we planted in every field that we're able to plant in for right now at the moment, at least with the crops that I wanted to get in right now. The only field I'm not able to get in right now is because we're still not in the right month to plant it right now. It's our corn. But I'll be sure to correct that or rectify that once we get into the right month. Alright. Yeah. And because of all these issues, I keep missing spots. Okay. There we go with those two. Alright, and we're making our way down to the last section of this field. And slowly but surely we're getting the job done. Or at least to the best of our ability, without the help of the game's AI or lack thereof. Just accepting certain spots. And the AI is supposed to help us to make these things easier, but in a lot of cases it's just making certain things a little bit harder. but we're still just kind of plugging away in either case. And that's another thing I need to kind of look into, though, that as I'm thinking about it in my head, there is like whether it's to our benefit or to our detriment to use seeders and planters that fertilize at the same time with precision farming, or does it make a difference at all if you seed first and then fertilize after, or if you seed and fertilize at the same time? What is that impact, or does it make a difference? Alright, and just for amusement purposes, again, lining him up to see if I could turn him on now and he figures out where he's at. But I have a feeling once he gets to about the center of the field, he's going to get lost again. Let's see. Okay, he's still going so far. Alright. So far, so good. Let's see if he makes all the way up. He's out of... There he goes. Boom. Had to mess it up at some point. Cedar, turn on cedar. And I need lights. Alright, that's decent. Then we'll get a turn around and come back up. Alright. Alright, let's bring it back one more time, and still missed a little big area there, didn't I? We're gonna send the worker back through and see if he can get it done. I'm sure he's gonna stop at some point. He's been fairly consistent with stopping, or at least getting confused somewhere along the line. Okay, this is intriguing. He's made it all the way down the line this time without stopping. See if he makes it all the way. Alright, we're down to 28% seed, so I'm probably going to have to reload with some seed before we even finish this job. Because the sugar cane planter definitely goes through seed at a very fast rate. Okay, and there he goes. So we're gonna intervene, lower, turn it back on, and keep going. Okay, we're getting close to getting this field done. Again, in spite of the challenges presented by these AI issues, and there's a huge spot I missed over there, and that's what I'm so afraid of with all of this, is just each time stuff like this happens, it increases the chances of me making a mistake and missing something altogether. And that's something I hate to do because I'm not, alright, overly OCD, but then again I am. Just depends on what we're talking about. Okay. So maybe one more pass, maybe two, and then we'll be done with it. And I'm hoping like heck my seeds hold up till I get there. But at the rate we're consuming, I'm not as sure. Because we're going through seed pretty fast. %. Alright. And there we go. And it looks like we got it in just in time. We just got some rain coming in. Yeah. Alright, let's take a look at the filters to see what we have. Okay, and that looks fairly decent. So we can take the sugar, and I don't, the sugar, no, that is the sugar cane planter back to the shop and unload it. Do our customary maintenance. Because definitely have to make sure you keep your maintenance up on your equipment. And the best time to do it is after it's been through some heavy use. Okay, that looks good. And we can go ahead and store the planter back in the garage. We're done with it for right now. I could, if I wanted to, go ahead and use my high pressure washer to clean the equipment, but it's all really just a cosmetic thing. Doesn't really have an impact on the maintenance levels or anything like that. So not gonna worry about it right now. Alright, close the gate on that piece of equipment. We're done with it for right now. Tractor is kind of low on fuel, so we're going to go ahead and fill it up. And don't think we'll be needing this tractor anymore today. Let's go ahead and check the rolling situation for 40. Looks good. So we just need to roll the sugar cane field. And go ahead and lower the roller. So, since the crop sensor requires daylight, that doesn't really matter, we're just rolling. Alright. Alright. Checking on our other tractor. Massey Ferguson arrived at the farm without any issues. We're going to go ahead and do our maintenance on it as well. Okay, do our little customary repairs and maintenance. And again, not too terribly worried about how clean it is right now. It looks good. As is. I'm gonna go ahead and park it in the garage as well. It looks like on day 2 of March we're going to be doing work in our grape field. Because there are a few things we can do in that field as well to promote the growth of our grapes. Alright, also got a couple of things I need to do with these big bags that I have left out. So we grab our seeds. And go ahead and put those seeds back in the silo. Unload the seeds. And do the same with our fertilizer. go with both products. Okay, and I think we're done for the most part today. I'm going to double check on a couple of things before we sign off on today's activities. Let's get the TLX parked. Alright, so just want to check on a few things with the animals. Alright. Oh, sheep are going to be in need of some grass bales apparently. Let me, as I see their food need is going down now, so it appears that means we may have exhausted all the grass bales that we had on site. Yep. We have, so we need to go deal with that before I close out the day. Alright, cows need TMR, but I'll hit on the next business day. Same thing with the pigs. And apparently we forgot to feed the chickens today. So we're going to load up on some barley and go feed our chickens. For whatever reason, the trigger is being weird. Oh, sure. That was odd. Alright, we're parked in the TLX. And so all we really got to deal with is the worker doing our rolling. And once he finishes rolling, we'll be good to go there. So we're just waiting on that guy to finish up. He's about halfway through that field. Oh yeah, and wow, let me take a look back at the pigs. Okay, they're almost maxed out on slurry. Cows are not. Okay, And I notice I have some pigs that are of their age to be sold too, so let me hop over to our pigs real quick. Alright, bring that back over to the crop types filter, and we want to hop over to the pig pen. Visit. Yes, we know it requires daylight. Thank you, nag screen. Alright, and just go over to the animal dialog and find the ones that are 10 months old. And we want to go ahead and select and want to sell all of the 10-month-old ones. Yeah, that's all good. Made a profit of $4,200. We were assessed a transport fee of $1,800. I could have leased a vehicle and moved all the pigs manually, but just for ease of use, we'll just go ahead and pay the transport fee. I still gotta do some more research on if I wanted to sell cows for beef production, what would be the best age to sell the cows to kind of maximize your profit on them. If we go ahead and look at them now, say our oldest cows are 39 months old. Our youngest cows are 2 months old. We got 16 that are 2 months. So these 16 are not, they're consuming, but they're not producing anything right now. I don't think they start producing until, I don't know how many months. Well, I can tell. Actually, I can tell you. On this menu. Oh, never mind. It's no-brainers right there in the menu. They have to be older than 18 months to produce milk, because milk is for the calves. So, like, let's see. All right. Maybe they start producing milk at 12 months and they start reproducing at 18 months, I think is what it is. And that's why they have them sorted into 3 tiers and 3 different price categories as well. Okay, let's see what the worker running the roller is doing. He's still not quite there yet. I just want to keep it on rolling. And we're just waiting on that fella to finish. And that'll be it, at least as far as our activities for today. And we've done a lot today. Planted a number of crops. So in spite of the issues that we had with the sugarcane planter just misbehaving, well, not with the planter as much as the worker, and his lack of intelligence, we still got through getting those tasks knocked out. And we got our crops down. The only crop that we don't have down yet is the corn, and we'll probably end up doing that on the next stream, because we're coming up on the tail end of tonight's stream right now. And just kind of thinking out loud right now as I watch this AI worker finish this task. Do I want to invest in a much larger roller configuration? Let's go take a peek at some of our equipment here while that worker's finishing up. We want to go in and shop on the rollers. Let's see, a roller, good proper 12 meter roller would cost me 41 grand. 24 meter, 140 grand. I don't have any modded ones installed. Well, excuse me, take that back. I do have some smaller modded ones installed. I don't have any of the larger modded ones. And what about, but I like the one, I'll go back to that rollers menu. But I like the Goodyear that I have, a Goodler that I have, because it also can be reconfigured to be a grass roller. And none of the other ones have that feature. And typically, if you want to have a grassland roller, you have to go grab a separate device. Although I could do the green line does both grass rolling and grass seeding as a separate function. So that may be a device I want to look at down the line, and if I want to get more serious about dealing with grass. That's just a grass planter, right? It also happens to do canola. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't. Power harrows, they don't plant this. This harrows. Piles, cultivators. And I was double checking. I don't have any other planters that can do sugar cane. Alright, what's our environmental score looking like these days? Oh, why is this field still sitting at 70? Alright. Oh, nitrogen. Okay. All the bars are maxed out, so maybe when I put nitrogen down on there and hit that, that'll raise that up. And we still got this issue with the grass field not getting boosted for the tillage. Alright, almost there. Alright. And one of the things I still don't quite understand about the precision farming piece of the game is like the precision farming is supposed to be all environmentally, or at least promoting environmental friendly farming, but it seems like it also kind of motivates you to do things that aren't so environmentally friendly, because if you're using the powdered fertilizer versus natural fertilizer such as manure and slurry, but your score is higher for using the chemical slash powder fertilizing. I don't see how that's supposed to be environmental friendly, even if you're using equipment that automatically mitigates how much fertilizer you put down. Okay, let's go back to that menu. Worker's saying that he's done. And it looks to be like he's pretty much is, so we can fold the grass, this roller up, and go head back to the main farm. And same routine after we finish doing some major work on the farm or using our equipment to do farm work. Let's go ahead and do our maintenance on it. Alright, hop back in our tractor, turn on the light. And now we can go ahead and put everything away and prepare to move on to the next day. So going to our shop, we're going to drop off our roller in the garage. Let's unfold it. Attach. Good stuff. Turn my flashlight back on so I can see what I'm doing. So we're going to go ahead and close this gate. Alright, good stuff. And since this John Deere actually came from over in my livestock operation, I'm going to take it back to that part of the farm. Oops. Wrong turn. And we're just taking this tractor back to the shed over by our pigsty. That's its main home. That's where its base of operation. Okay. And that's it for today. And pretty much You know, as we're coming up on the last 5 minutes of the stream, it's pretty much going to wrap it up with a stream. I did identify one issue that we needed to quickly address. We'll go ahead and do that now, and that's we need to get some grass over to our sheep. So real quickly, we're going to lease an auto load bale trailer. So I want to go to a bale loader, DPW, and let's just grab one that has auto load function. I don't know if these auto load or not. I have to look at the. Alright, so we'll just lease this one real quick. $9.94. Then go over to the shop. And I hope that trailer will auto load these bales. Alright, bales. And we just want to do grass bales. 2, 3, 4. Let's do 6 of them. Yeah, 6. And take this tractor to the shop. And we're going to go pick up those grass bales, and we're just going to drop those off in the feed point for the sheep. And now we're doing kind of night work. Don't want to make that the norm. It still seems to. See if we could change the game setting, because it seems like it's a lot. There's a way to change that here. Volume, sound, environment volume. Nothing where you can adjust the brightness or anything like that. I don't see it. Okay. Well, that's operating position. Alright, we're coming up on the last minute of the stream. And I just wanted to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you for your support. As always, continue to like, comment, and subscribe. You can catch me on Twitch, Bose831 Gaming, Facebook, YouTube. Tuning in for my uploads on my YouTube channel. And like, comment, and subscribe as well. And once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? And thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support. Continue to do so. We'll grow and learn together. Farming Simulator 22. Jose 831 Gaming. Live on Twitch. Signing off. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, and it kicked me off. I don't know when it dropped.